And a pretty insane story for the Counter-Strike space over the past day or so. This revolving around a CSGO coach known as Anton. I say Anton because I've always struggled with his actual gamer tag, which I've always pronounced as Tuanu. Has definitely coached some more well-known rosters in his past, but was also implicated just last year in September by the ESIC during the most infamous CSGO scandal when it comes time for coaching bans. 37 CSGO coaches at that time, last September, were issued bans because of the notorious, the infamous, I should say, coach or spectating bug in Counter-Strike. Yes, the variety of bans out there, some a bit more harsh than others, some very extensive. Anton himself issued at that time a 10-month suspension, and it was actually a couple months afterwards he actually began talking with the ESIC and trying to appeal that 10-month ban, and we now finally have a response. Yes, nearly 8.5 months or so later, it's the ESIC responding on his initial 10-month suspension they gave him. And as he was initially found guilty for 2 separate offenses on his former roster, well, it seemed it was actually back in April where he continued the appeal process, and a lack of communication between him and the ESIC. At that time, back in April, he makes a pretty sad post to read, and at that point, it was over 6.5 months after his ban had been issued. As he said and labeled it, an ESIC ban update. 6 months and 19 days, including today's date. I'm awaiting for my case hearing date from the ESIC. Guys, please, I am close to my punishment end date, which I won't wait until that time. I just want to know what is going on, and someone take care of my emails. There are many, please. I've seen the newest cases from those being resolved before mine, and I don't have any information specific to what is going on when I have my date for the hearing. Just one more thing, I have the judges list, but still not a single word from them regarding the process. He continued, I really don't know what is going on since I didn't get any explanation from them personally. Thanks to Kev Sportslaw for being super nice and being the most active person who gives me some info regarding my case. I wish to be heard and I want to do it as soon as possible. During that past time, I lost at least 3 offers from teams willing to work with me as a coach, not only in CSGO, so I imagine he got some Valorant offers as well, not to mention my financial losses during that time. Plus I had COVID twice. In one of the cases I felt pretty bad, had some health problems, but didn't give up on that. Yes, I wasn't able to work or help them, that being the ESIC, for 1 month or more, December until mid-January if I'm not wrong, but still they promised me mid-February to end of January for the date. Then that was delayed more and more, and now is the 15th of April. So you hear from his side of things a lack of communication or an explanation as to what's going on with his ban. 3 job offers lost, and some in CSGO. I imagine maybe at least one of those, as he says, was probably in Valorant too, not to mention other financial losses that of course occurred over that time, and then some health issues, which just makes his case all the more sad as he continued. There is zero information about what is going on and why my case is delayed so long since the date of the punishment went official. I just need my date for my hearing, then after that we will see what's going to happen, win or lose for myself. Not going to say anything about others, but it clearly means that I won't wait for my punishment to expire and be happy that I'm back and can work again. I just need ESIC to be more active in my case. Never heard anything from Ian, the head of ESIC, also about details, and so on. And pretty much in that post goes on to continue to beg the ESIC to respond, of which just yesterday, and now me recording, it's official. He has been unbanned. His ban has been lifted. His 10-month sentence he was initially issued, now over 8.5 months into his punishment that the ESIC issued, he has finally had that ban be lifted. During that time, 3 offers he will likely not get back. Other losses he, of course, had to go through. You guys can probably understand why this delay is such an issue. And this is not trying to be a targeting of the ESIC, because we all are very well aware how much their hands are full, how many freaking issues of cheating and scandals and bugs and match fixing that are going on in the Counter-Strike space and even into the Valorant space, which is disgusting to say the very least. They are obviously overworked, probably overwhelmed, and cannot get every case right, which sucks. Ultimately, they found that Anton did not have knowledge when he was using that spectating bug, and thus they lifted his ban. The problem being that he was issued a 10-month ban for something he didn't even know he was doing that was against the rules, albeit he delayed his response to the ESIC a little bit till the late last year or early this year, but then still had to wait in total 8.5 of the 10 months of his sentence. I mean, at this point, he might as well have waited the whole thing out. But at least his name is cleared for all future job opportunities, of which, despite what he said in his twitlonger, he does seem very happy. He does seem very relieved, and also very understanding about all the things going on for ESIC, and what's on their desk is probably incredible right now. But that's not to take away from the fact that this sucks, and are there other coaches, are there other cases out there of people serving longer sentences than they truly should be? That's where the issue does lie. And I read through the ESIC post, not gonna lie, a lot of legal jargon, a lot of big words out there. I believe at the very end they did say the appeal fee that typically some people will have to pay, that will be covered in this case, because obviously his ban has now been lifted and it was an extensive process, and it was kind of putting him through a lot that he probably shouldn't have been put through. So that fee has been covered. We'll see if there's anything else here that he can actually get back, that being Anton. But yeah, we have a CSGO coach who just served 8.5 months of a 10-month sentence. Should he have been punished for a less amount of time? Should he have been punished at all? I don't know. Those situations are pretty complicated, but overall, it just sucks to see someone who had to suffer much longer than they probably should have. What do y'all think? ESIC is continually coming out with things, it seems. You know, this is actually back-to-back weeks, I believe. Some things that are not the overall match-fixing case, but maybe getting a bit closer. So I wish them the best of luck, because clearly they got a lot of work to do. Till next time, you guys take care. I'll catch you back here sometime soon. Okay, bye.